Have you ever felt crushed by someone's words? A friend, a family member, maybe even a stranger. They said something cruel and it stuck in your head like a replay button you can't turn off. You tell yourself to forget it, but it lingers. You smile on the outside, but inside it hurts, and the worst part, you don't even know how to stop caring. Here's the truth. You don't need to be cold to stay calm. You don't have to shut down emotionally. There's another way, a smarter, wiser, stoic way. In this video, you'll learn how to control your emotions when people hurt you, using 10 powerful lessons from Stoic philosophy. Lessons that teach you how to stay strong, unshaken, and peaceful, even when others try to break you. If you're tired of overthinking, overfeeling, and giving people power over your mood, hit that subscribe button. Because here, we're all about taking your peace back, one mindset shift at a time. Let's begin. What if I told you that the toughest people aren't loud, they're calm. They don't break down when life hits them. They don't complain, panic, or blame. They stand firm because they've trained their minds, not just their muscles. And one of the greatest teachers of this mental strength was a man named Seneca. He lived nearly 2,000 years ago, but his words feel like they were written today. When life gets messy, when emotions run high, Seneca gives us tools to stay calm, focused, and powerful. So if you're tired of feeling overwhelmed, reactive, or mentally drained, this video is for you. You'll learn 10 powerful Stoic lessons from Seneca that will help you develop real mental toughness without becoming cold or emotionless. Before we dive in, if you enjoy content that helps you build inner peace and mental clarity, hit that subscribe button. We break down Stoic philosophy in simple modern language that anyone can understand and apply right away. Now let's get into it. Seneca wasn't just a philosopher, he was a warrior of the mind. Born in ancient Rome, Seneca was a statesman, writer, and one of the most well-known Stoic thinkers. But what made him different? He didn't just talk about Stoicism, he lived it while facing exile, political pressure, betrayal, and even his own death sentence. Seneca wrote letters and essays that still survive today. Not filled with complicated theories, but with clear, practical advice on how to stay strong in a chaotic world. His goal? To teach us how to control our emotions, face pain without fear, and live with purpose, no matter what life throws our way. That's why his teachings are still popular today. Because in a world full of stress, noise, and distraction, Seneca shows us a calmer, wiser way to live. Now let's break down the 10 lessons that made his mind so powerful and how you can use them to build your own. Seneca believed that mental toughness isn't something you're born with, it's something you train. He said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This means that our minds tend to exaggerate problems. We stress about things that might never happen, and we let our thoughts spiral out of control. But what if we trained our minds like we train our bodies? Just as you'd go to the gym every day to build physical strength, Seneca advised daily mental exercise. This could be as simple as practicing gratitude, focus on what's going well rather than what's going wrong. Contemplating your goals, remind yourself of what truly matters and let go of distractions, focusing on what you control. When anxiety hits, remind yourself to focus only on the things you can influence. The more you practice these habits, the stronger your mind becomes. Soon, you won't be shaken by life's challenges. You'll be prepared for whatever comes your way. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. We often stress over outcomes, fearing failure or obsessing over success. But Seneca taught that focusing on the result is a major source of anxiety. Instead, we should focus on the process and the actions we can control. Here's the Stoic twist. Don't let the outcome define your peace of mind. Take a moment to think about how much energy you spend stressing over things you can't control. Whether it's the weather, other people's opinions, or even how successful your next project will be. Seneca reminds us, control your effort, not the result. The moment you let go of your need for control over outcomes, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. Ask yourself, did I give it my best? Did I put in the right effort? If yes, then that's all you can ask for. Let go of the rest. This doesn't mean you don't aim for success. It just means that your peace is no longer tied to whether or not you reach it. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. We often think that luxury, ease, and comfort are the keys to happiness. But Seneca knew better. True strength, mental toughness, and happiness come from embracing discomfort and pushing through it. Seneca practiced voluntary discomfort, deliberately choosing hard situations to train his mind and body. He would fast, sleep on hard floors, or wear rough clothes, not because he wanted to suffer, but because he knew that hardship builds resilience. Here's the lesson for us today. Don't wait for life to force discomfort upon you. Choose it. You don't have to go as extreme as Seneca, but you can start small. Maybe skip dessert once a week, take a cold shower, or give up something you enjoy for a day. These little challenges will train you to stay calm, even when life throws something bigger at you. Remember, mental toughness doesn't come from living easy. It comes from willingly embracing discomfort and growing through it. A man is not good because of what he possesses, but because of what he does with what he possesses. Desires are one of the main sources of inner conflict. We constantly want more money, more success, more recognition. But Seneca believed that desire itself is often the cause of our suffering. Here's the truth. Wanting things is natural, but becoming dependent on them is dangerous. The more you tie your happiness to material things or achievements, the more you become a slave to your desires. You'll always feel like something is missing, always chasing after the next big thing. Seneca taught that self-control is freedom. When you master your desires, you free yourself from the constant craving that keeps you in a state of dissatisfaction. So, how do you do this? Practice contentment. Find joy in the simple things. You don't need the latest gadget or the perfect job to be happy. The true joy comes from appreciating what you already have. Limit distractions. Cut down on mindless consumption, whether it's food, shopping, or scrolling through social media. The less you feed your desires, the more control you'll have over them. Embrace simplicity. Live with fewer possessions, fewer distractions, and fewer unnecessary wants. Focus on what truly adds value to your life, and let go of the rest. Mastering your desires won't just give you mental toughness, it will give you freedom. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. One of the biggest ways we waste our time and energy is by complaining. We complain about our jobs, the weather, the traffic, or even how unfair life is. But here's the truth. Complaining doesn't change anything. It only drains us. Seneca was harsh but honest about this. Complaining about life's difficulties only makes us weaker, not stronger. It's easy to get stuck in a cycle of negativity, but Seneca urged us to break it by focusing on solutions, not problems. Instead of complaining, ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? How can I handle this better moving forward? What lessons can I learn from this challenge? By focusing on action instead of complaint, we become stronger and more resilient. When you stop complaining, you reclaim your power. You stop letting external circumstances dictate your mood or your mindset. Instead, you take control and decide how you'll respond. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. How many times have you felt fear or anxiety about something that never actually happened? Seneca understood that fear often arises in our minds not from actual danger but from imagined scenarios. Our minds create worst-case scenarios, and we get caught up in worrying about things that may never come to pass. Here's the Stoic approach to fear. Instead of fearing what could go wrong, focus on the reality of what's happening right now. Ask yourself, is the thing I'm afraid of happening right now? What's the actual risk or consequence? What can I do to prepare if necessary? By practicing this, you can break the power of fear. Instead of letting it control you, you turn your attention to what's within your control, your actions and reactions. Seneca also recommended reminding ourselves of the worst-case scenario. When we realize that most fears are exaggerated, we can face them with more courage and clarity. Remember, fear isn't reality. It's just a product of your mind. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful Stoic ideas. We waste so much of our energy worrying about things outside of our control, other people's actions, the future, and past mistakes. But Seneca teaches us to focus on what we can control, our responses and actions. Here's the key idea. You can't control how others behave. You can't control the future. You can't control the past. But you can control how you respond to life. You can choose your actions, thoughts, and mindset. Seneca believed that by focusing only on what we can control, we stop wasting energy on things that drain us. We become more peaceful, more focused, and more resilient. To practice this, let go of things you can't control. Focus on your reactions. Invest your energy in actions that align with your values. When you do this, your life will feel more under your control, and you'll stop feeling overwhelmed by things outside your influence. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Many of us delay our goals or put off taking action because we're waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. But Seneca teaches us that waiting for perfection only holds us back. Perfection is an illusion. It's impossible to achieve. The fear of imperfection can keep us stuck in a cycle of procrastination. Instead of waiting for everything to align perfectly, Seneca urges us to act now, to begin the process of living fully, no matter how messy or imperfect it seems. Here's how you can apply this in your life. Take small actions every day. Even if things aren't perfect, moving forward is better than standing still. Learn from mistakes. Rather than fearing failure, see it as part of the process of growth. Start before you're ready. Don't wait for the perfect time to take that first step. Just begin. Perfection is overrated. What matters is consistent action and progress. Every small step is a step toward building mental toughness. When people hurt us, we often carry that pain like a heavy backpack. We replay the moment, the words, the feeling. But here's a Stoic shift. Pain isn't meant to imprison you, it's meant to teach you. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? Did it show me who truly cares? Did it help me build thicker skin or clearer boundaries? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle is the way." Sometimes the wound becomes the lesson, and the lesson becomes your strength. So don't let pain keep you stuck. Let it grow you. You can't move forward if you're chained to the past. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of it. Holding on to anger or bitterness doesn't hurt them. It hurts you. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life." And part of that freedom is letting go. You don't need closure. You don't need an apology. You need peace, and that starts with releasing what no longer serves you. Let go, not for them, but for you. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Time is the one thing we can never get back. Yet, many of us spend it mindlessly, scrolling through social media, procrastinating, or wasting it on things that don't truly matter. Seneca understood the value of time better than anyone. He believed that time is our most precious resource, and if we waste it, we waste our lives. Here's the Stoic approach to time. Be mindful of how you spend it. Stop wasting time on distractions. Invest in activities that align with your long-term goals and values. Seneca encouraged us to live with intentionality, to make sure that every day counts towards something meaningful. When we focus on what matters most, we're not only living a better life, but we're also building our mental toughness by choosing what's important over what's easy. Take a moment today to reflect on how you spend your time. Are you focusing on what truly matters? Are you letting life slip by without intention? By mastering the use of your time, you can build a life that's full of purpose and mental strength.